Hi, I'm Nikita Devlin, CEO and founder of RIC. At RIC, we're committed to helping those who are most at risk from natural disasters gain resiliency and peace of mind through our technology platform and solutions. Each year, we're feeling the effects of climate change more and more, and the most prevalent natural disaster most of us will face is flooding. In the US, 99% of counties have experienced severe flooding in the last 2 decades. These effects of floods are damaging across the whole community, but the risk is not felt equally. The less money you have or the smaller your business is, the more vulnerable you are to the effects. The vast majority of US businesses are small, and after a flood, a quarter of them will fail in the year. This is devastating to those businesses and to the workers who depend on those jobs. In fact, 95% of Americans do not have flood insurance, even though many want the protection. In catastrophe-prone areas, private insurance companies are leaving altogether. Those that do have coverage deal with claims that take months to close and limits on what the funds can be used for. And just to be clear, the insurance gap is not a problem for some. This affects all of us. FEMA, the federal government, is now the largest insurer against floods. And when FEMA goes broke, which it has many times before, it's us, the taxpayers, who foot the bill. We've discussed the challenges, but now let's shift our focus to the opportunities. Even small steps can lead to significant positive outcomes. A 1% increase in the number of people insured against climate disasters can result in a 22% reduction in post-disaster costs for taxpayers and governments. Spending a decade plus in the insurance industry, I've witnessed the lack of investment in research and development to tackle climate issues. This gap in R&D represents an opening for innovative startups to make a significant and far-reaching impact. So what would it mean to build a more resilient community? One where each person can afford protection from disasters. That's what we're focusing on at RIC. We've created a micro-flood policy that just about anyone can afford. The cost is $14 a month for everyone. In the event of a rainfall flood, RIC pays out $10,000 with funds delivered within 48 hours. Remember when I said that 95% of Americans don't have flood insurance? Well, 84% of recent flooding has happened outside of flood zones. So you're flooding and then learning you were at risk. Said more plainly, most Americans who experience flood will get nothing, nada, zero help. Imagine what that feels like. $10,000 in coverage, while it might not appear like a lot, is going to be a lifeline for those families and businesses who are going through their toughest times. We don't require a lengthy application. In fact, all we use to generate a policy specifically tailored to each individual is the customer's address. Our data-driven digital platform models the level of risk for any household or business and assigns a specific trigger point. In the event of a major storm, if that amount of rainfall is hit, the policy automatically pays out. Our work is powered by the RIC insurance engine. This allows us to rate and model risk, manage accumulation, and complete the insurance transaction process. Our engine powers our flexible distribution. I sold insurance policies for many years and saw firsthand how limited the industry's distribution capabilities are and how it impacts product scalability. We offer our total platform integrated into Shopify, which allows us to reach a huge variety of web and social channels. Our service can be accessed via API, meaning we can work with insurance companies and brokerages. We're partnering with entire communities and municipalities in an embedded model. In practical terms, that means we're reaching people in novel ways. If a customer is looking for a generator after a storm, adding flood protection for a nominal upcharge is very appealing. Our community embedded model will be piloted this upcoming February in Virginia. After winning the Rise of Resilience Challenge this year, we're excited to work with the City of Norfolk to create an implementation of RIC rainfall protection into their community. In other words, the municipality is working with us to purchase our product on behalf of all of the residents living in the community. My co-founder and I have spent decades working in the insurance industry. starting on opposite sides. I was selling insurance and he was the one crafting the policies. We met when we were recruited to be part of a founding team at a Willis Towers Watson backed startup. Willis Towers Watson, they're a $9 billion global company, if anyone's heard of them. And let's just say their vision of innovation was a little incremental and a little too slow for us, so we left and founded RIC. We realized we had the passion and the know-how to build and deliver new catastrophe insurance solutions. The roadmap for RIC is to pilot our rainfall product and work towards developing other microparametric products such as wind speed, wildfire, and earthquake. Thank you for taking the time to hear me today, and thank you for UConn for hosting us. So if you are part of the insurance community or part of the government, I would love to talk to you. Thank you again.